Welcome, Mission View, to Second Glance. My name's Zach Baker. I am the pastoral resident, and with me today I have Annie, who is a pastoral assistant, and David Donaldson,
Hola,
who is the youth pastor here.
See.
So, some pretty hefty topics were talked about on Sunday. Christmas season, you got Santa slapping people. And,
It's the best Christmas present.
Yeah, isn't it?
Did you know that story, Annie, of Santa slapping someone over heresy?
First, I thought that Santa was the one that got slapped. And then when I found out that Santa was the one slapping, that changes
Christmas. The whole picture for me.
Yeah.
I will never be able to see Saint Nick the same way.
Right. Yeah, you thought Cole was bad.
Getting slapped by Santa is so much better.
Yeah, but apart from that, we talked about some pretty heavy theology and humility. And what do you think that looks like in you guys' life? Like, what are some practical steps or some things that you guys do to just show the humility of Christ in your guys' lives?
I think humility is probably one of the most, if not the most difficult aspect of the Christian life.
Yes, I agree.
And it's also the key.
It's
the key to the Christian life.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So how do I practically walk that out? I feel like I have moments where I touch humility. Like I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm entering into a space where I am intentionally treating other people better, but it only really lasts in spurts. And then I just go back to the old David sinful pattern. So I don't know. I feel like I go through seasons of it, kind of like my gym regimen. I'll have a season of it and then I lose it. I don't know. I that's kind of my experience with humility.
Yeah. I try to also go a little bit more practical. So my mom actually got me a little thing to put in my desk in my house that says, "Stay humble and kind." And it's crazy, but as humans, we need a reminder, a practical reminder to stay humble, because it's so easy and the world sucks us into the lie that you're number one, think of yourself first. That humility is just, we don't think about it. So like being practical is just having a reminder to, think of others before yourself.
One aspect that I think is helpful is to reflect upon my own sin, and that if I am genuinely looking at my sinful nature and the sins that I'm committing to the people around me, that will really bring me down to size again. And I think we need that daily pattern, or at least a pattern in our life week by week where we are confessing sins to God to bring us into a state of humility.
And I think, the opposite of humility and what I would say we all experience is pride. And C.S. Lewis, I believe it's C.S. Lewis, even said that pride is the root of all sin.
And that would make sense.
And it's true.
It
like
makes sense.
anything you think of that you can do that is a sin against God. You're thinking of yourself before you're thinking of
Genesis. Genesis right there in Genesis. The first one was all about pride.
So very cool. What is it like just with this picture of Jesus? I know as I was studying the text, it was so just mind-blowing that Paul is telling us to have humility, but then the example that he uses is not himself, but Jesus. And this God who sets aside his glory and comes in the form of a servant. What are your thoughts when the passage comes across like that? What do you think?
The fact that God is incomprehensible, and I am thankful that that's true, because every time I try to wrap my mind around the fact that Jesus was fully God, fully man, I can't get my mind to understand that.
Right.
But I believe it, and with that in mind, just thinking about Jesus washing the feet of the disciples blows my mind away.
Right.
I mean, I don't like cleaning. I don't know if any of you do, but I really don't like cleaning. Cleaning somebody else's feet that has been outside in the
Yeah.
mud in the
Yeah.
for heavens knows how long.
Yeah.
And Jesus was the best example of humbling.
Yeah.
After that, that only compels me to obviously love him more, but want to be like him too.
Yeah.
I think the word that really sticks out to me in that passage that Paul's talking about is equality. So Jesus is equal with God. He has equality with God. And yet he says, I'm not going to hold on to this equality. I'm going to stoop way low
Yeah.
into humility.
Yeah.
And that convicts me
Oh yeah.
because here I am, a human,
Yeah.
equal with all of you,
Yeah.
right? And how often am I saying, I'm not going to count that equality.
Yeah.
I'm going to stoop lower and serve you.
Right.
Where it's like Jesus is on a different cosmic playing field of
Yeah.
equality. He
Yeah.
doesn't have to stoop.
Yeah.
And yet he stoops way lower
Yeah.
than us
Yeah.
and stoops below
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
So how then am
Yeah.
I not able to like serve the other people around me? It's just
Right.
convicting.
Yeah.
Right.
It really
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's so like I said, as I was reading it, it's just so mind blowing. And then the fact that you have just humans who are sheep, it had to be done, you know, because we wouldn't find it in ourselves or
No.
in any example in all of church history or the biblical history. We would not find that as an example at all. So Christ is like, you know what? I have to do this to not only pay for sin but to also be the example for them.
Yes. Right. Right.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, very cool. So it's a very cool passage. And then we get down closer to the end and you see that even though God set his glory aside, what does he get in return? And I think that's the biggest, I don't want to use the word motivation, but motivation for us. You know, Jesus set his glory aside, which is his number one possession. And then when we reflect on our lives, the question is, what is the thing that you're holding on to that you can't let go of, you know? Because Jesus let go of his glory,
Yeah.
Yes.
his number one possession. And we think of serving other people and, you know, we make the excuse, I don't have time or I don't
Yeah.
have the finances.
The word that comes to mind is surrender, and it's probably the hardest word for any person. But in Christianity, the idea of giving up your life, it's difficult.
Yeah.
It's something that goes against our sinful nature.
Yeah.
But that is what we are asked to do,
Yeah.
and not just asked. Once you start to get to know Christ more, you do feel compelled to do it.
Right.
It's the logical next step, surrendering everything, because he already did.
I like the one word answer. The trust is where it comes in for me.
Yeah.
That I think you gave the example of, you know, shovel your neighbor's driveway.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Or, you know,
Before
like
your
I've seen,
own. Yeah.
I'll be honest.
I was writing the
Before
passage. It
your
was
own.
snowing outside. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm like,
Zach,
oh, man,
why
dude, I
did you
gotta
say
go-
that?
yeah, I
Don't
gotta
say
go
that to
shovel,
me.
man.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
have a pleasant
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah.
No, but and I see my neighbor, you know, shoveling his leaves, and I don't, you know, just being confessing you guys, I'm thinking I'm not going to go do that.
Yeah.
My wife is like, you should go help, and I'm like, I'm actually not going to.
Yeah.
And that is like the sinful nature in me.
Yeah.
And my excuse is I don't have enough time to do that.
Right.
I have a
Yeah.
laundry list of other things
Yeah.
that I have to go do. So if I'm giving up my time,
Yeah.
then everything else gets screwed up.
Right.
And so it's I think it's the trust of like, if I'm giving of my time to Jesus Christ and I'm sacrificing and becoming humble,
Yeah.
I can follow in the model that he gives me,
Yeah.
that the sacrifice is worth it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it completely looks like.
Right.
I can see that it's a glorified Christ,
Right.
but you know, what does it ultimately amount to? I'm not sure, but I can trust him that it will,
Yeah.
it is worth it.
Yeah.
The sacrifice.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's ultimately what the passage, what it comes down to is, are you going to trust him I mean, we talk about time, we talk about talents, we talk about treasure. The ultimate trust is, are you going to trust Jesus with your life? Like that is the most prized possession a human has is their life.
Yeah.
And are you going to give that away? And then you look at the passage and it's like, well, if you give that away, then you get the ultimate reward.
Yes.
Of being in glory with him.
Which is Jesus.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dang,
Isn't
that's good. That's good.
And that's so convicting because then everything else in your life just becomes, it comes down to the question, am I surrendering this?
Mm-hmm.
Am I living my life as Christ lived his life?
Mm.
And am I giving this time to him, or am I holding it for myself?
It's convicting.
Yeah.
It is convicting.
Yeah. Trust me.
It's
As
good,
I was
though.
reading this, I was like, man, Lord, why are you doing this? That's
good.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for listening. We hope this video has been a blessing to you during this Christmas season. Take it easy.